Welcome back to our channel. In this video, I'm going to chat with you and share 3 things that I learned from our first year of homeschooling.
Are we there yet?
I'll take a moment to welcome you if you are new, and if not, welcome back. I am a mom of 4 and I homeschool my kids. I work part-time and I have been working this year on juggling the 2. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some things that I've learned from our first year homeschooling while I'm working part-time. On our channel, we share homeschooling, life, travel, fun with you. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please feel free to subscribe to our channel. This is actually our school room that I'm down in. Half of it's like our media room and then half is our school room. Used to be the playroom until we started homeschooling. As you can see, we have some major cleaning to do of our homeschooling books and papers from last year, which is a project for next week. This has been our first official year of homeschooling where I've been their primary teacher. We did do the virtual academy through the school when the pandemic started, and so that was, you know, they were on the computer with their teachers, and then I was teaching them other things too at home since they were home here with me. But this is our first year of homeschooling where I am the teacher and we have curriculum and all that stuff. And it was definitely a learning experience. And so I have 3 things. I didn't want to make this video super long and just super chatty. So I narrowed it down to 3 things that I want to share with you that I hope will help you on your homeschooling journey, and just really being transparent with you guys about how this year went. So we had been posting pretty consistently since the pandemic. Starting a YouTube channel was my kids' idea, and we started doing it and had a lot of fun with it. And then a few months ago, you probably noticed that we stopped posting. And the reason is that I was really struggling balancing working part-time with homeschooling, with life, and a lot of things. And what it really boiled down to is I really don't feel like I was doing and focusing on what God had called me to do and focus on. And so I just had to take time to step away from a lot of platforms, social media, and things like that, to really focus on what is God calling me to do in this season, and really just get back to what I needed to be doing, because what we were doing was not working for me. The first takeaway that I wrote down from our first year of homeschooling was just to relax. I think as parents in general, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to be everything that our children need. And when you become a homeschool parent, not only are you trying to give your kids everything they need in life, but now you're trying to give them everything they need in their education. And that can be very intimidating, and you can feel like you're not doing enough, and it can be a lot. And I had to just really take a deep breath and relax and realize that with homeschooling, I have 365 days to teach my kids what they need to learn each and every year. And that is a lot of time. And so the first thing I did is I took away the school schedule. Right? We're all pretty conditioned. I was homeschooled, but we pretty much followed a school schedule, partially because when we started homeschooling, or when I started homeschooling, my brother was still in public school, so we kind of just followed that calendar, so all the kids were on the same schedule. So when we think of school, we think of from what, August through May, or maybe September through June. Those are kind of like the school hours. And then in the summer, you have off to relax and unwind and do whatever you want. Kids, you know, do camps and activities. Trying to get everything that we needed to get done while I'm working part-time, and I go into work at 3 o'clock, so I have to leave between 2 and 2:30. It was a lot. It was too much. I was having a hard time getting through everything. I'll go over, or I'll post a video about a curriculum review, but some of the curriculum we were using, it was taking the kids a while to get through the lessons, and I was just not able to get through all of it. And so rather than stressing myself out and looking and saying, okay, I have from August to May to get all of this done, I decided we're schooling year round, because that way I'm not stressed out. We have 365 days to get through all of this stuff. If it's a beautiful day or if we want to take a trip, that's an option. It doesn't matter if it's September through May, because we're schooling all year round. So that doesn't matter. And that is the beauty of homeschooling, that flexibility, that if it is a sunny, beautiful day and we all just want to go play that day, we don't have to open our school books that day. We can take a sunny day. Schools take snow days. They take teacher work days. We don't have that in homeschooling. So on those days, we're doing schoolwork, and on the beautiful days, we are outside enjoying nature, or we are taking trips and just enjoying the journey. And so that took a lot of stress off of me when I just came to the reality that, look, you don't have to do September through May. We can do this all year round. We'll get through the things that we need to. Just breathe and relax. You have plenty of time. Another thing that I started out doing that I got rid of is a schedule with times on it. I am a very planny type person. I love to plan everything out down to the minute. On my schedules, I always have a time frame. I have from this time to this time to get it done. And that just became really stressful with homeschooling, because as I'm looking at my schedules and I'm seeing us not be where we're supposed to be, and I'm not even going to say fall behind, because I do have an entire year to get through their schoolwork, I was getting so stressed out by the times on the schedule. Like if it was, almost noon and we were still on the things that we were supposed to be, done with by 11 o'clock. Oh my goodness, we're so behind. And so I've started doing my lesson plans in blocks. Like, this is the block that we have, and these are the things that need to be done. And there are no dates and there are no times on there. It's just, this is what we need to accomplish. And once we get through it, we'll just check it off. And so at a later date, I will share those with you. I'm preparing our everything that goes in my teacher binder. I'm preparing right now for the next school year. So my lesson plans, my schedules and things like that, but they're a lot looser and a lot more relaxed. I think one of the best things that I've learned is just to follow the flow of our family, the flow of our children, and just relax. The second thing that I learned is to find your community. My kids were transitioning from public school to homeschooling, which was a little less of a transition because of the pandemic. Honestly, with the pandemic and with the virtual academy at the school, the kids weren't really meeting together anyway, so they weren't having a lot of interaction with other kids outside of activities, which even some of those were limited during the pandemic. It is really important, though, to find community. Maybe not for everyone. I do know homeschool families that they homeschool and they maybe participate in field trip groups, or maybe don't participate in any groups at all. But for us, I feel like that community really helped. For me, it's kind of helped me realize that I'm not the only one that's maybe struggling balancing work and homeschooling. For the kids, it's given them the opportunity to get to meet other kids and make friendships and go on trips, and it's made the homeschooling experience for us even better. If you're in Ohio Homeschooling Parent has been fantastic. They have a Facebook group where people post, and I found a lot of good information on there. They have a website. They go through how to start homeschooling step by step. It really gave me the courage to start homeschooling, so I highly recommend looking that up. My third takeaway from our first year of homeschooling is hard. I think that sometimes, because homeschooling is such a privilege and it's so wonderful and it's so great, we forget to talk about the times where it isn't so wonderful and so great, and how it can be hard. There were many times this year where I was like, I think we're gonna have to put the kids back in school. Whether it be, there were meltdowns, or, I just felt like I wasn't doing enough, or we weren't getting through things because I was, leaving for work, and we were having to stop in the middle of subjects. And it was a lot of times discouragement, that I was just like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can do this. And, I know growing up in the homeschool community that there is a lot of talk of anybody can do this and this is great and this is wonderful, you know, and you're just so amped up after hearing that. You're like, oh yeah, I can do this. We forget to talk about the hardship and how, you know, or I can't say that everyone feels this way, but I do know a lot of homeschooling parents where it's like, you know, man, this was hard today. I don't know if I can, you know, continue on doing this. And I feel like that might be, you know, unpopular opinion. Like, and I almost feel like when you homeschool your kids, people think like you're the most patient person ever and you just love spending every moment of every day with your kids and you just have that personality. And I don't think that's true. I mean, I think you would be hard pressed to find a parent that can say that 100% of the time they're patient with their kids and they love spending every waking moment with their kids. Most of us need a break because we're human and we get tired and we get fed up and we get frustrated. And so I think it's normal and okay to someday say, you know, I'm about to look up on the education website how we can get you guys back in school because today was not a good day and I don't know if I can continue to do this. Now, with all of that being said, I will say, though it is extremely difficult at times, it is so worth it. There have been days that have been so hard, but at the end of the day, I'm so thankful that I'm able to educate our kids and love on our kids, because who better to teach my child than me? I think it's easy to see all the areas that we come up short, but really when it boils down to it, you know, we're equipped with everything that we need to teach our children, especially if God has called us into this. God isn't going to call you into something and then leave you hanging. He's going to provide what you need, whether that be through homeschool community or reading something online that just puts peace in your heart. And so I just wanted to present this video with complete transparency, because I don't know, maybe someone is feeling like me where you're kind of at the end of this school year, you know, where even public schools are wrapping up and you're thinking, did I fall short? Like, did I do enough for my kids? Did they learn enough this year? We've all had those times where we, you know, we feel like we don't know if we're good enough. But for me, at least, I know this is what I'm called to do, and I know I wouldn't want to be doing anything else. And even on the days that I feel like I fall short, I know my kids are still learning, and they are learning from someone that loves them. Yeah, it's hard, you know, and I don't want to gloss that over and say, you know, working and homeschooling is so easy, because it really hasn't been easy, but it has been worth it for our family. And there's just so much freedom and so much blessing that just comes from being able to just even pour the smallest things into our kids. It doesn't even have to be big things sometimes. Sometimes it's just those small moments of learning that are the most beautiful. And so I hope you guys are encouraged, and I just wanted to share these 3 things with you that I kind of took away from our first year of homeschooling. These were kind of the 3 big things that I learned from this first year of homeschooling: to relax, embrace our flow, find our community, and realize that it is hard, but it is really worth it. So as always, enjoy the road of life.